Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into the lesser-known side of Apple during the era of Steve Jobs. While he was undoubtedly a visionary and a genius, there were some controversial aspects to his leadership. So, let's explore the dark side of Apple under Steve Jobs. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. Management style. Steve Jobs was known for his demanding and sometimes abrasive management style. He was known to push his employees to their limits, often leading to high levels of stress and burnout. Some former employees have even described the work environment as toxic and abusive. However, it's important to note that many people also credit this intense work environment for Apple's incredible success. The Gestapo. One of the darker aspects of Steve Jobs' management style was the creation of an internal security team, which some employees referred to as the Gestapo. This team was responsible for maintaining secrecy around Apple's projects and would reportedly go to great lengths to ensure that no information was leaked. This included searching employees' belongings, monitoring their communications, and even conducting surprise raids on their homes. While this level of secrecy may have contributed to Apple's success, it also created a culture of fear and paranoia within the company. Labor practices. Apple has faced criticism for its labor practices, particularly in its overseas factories. Reports of poor working conditions, low wages, and long hours have plagued the company for years. While these issues were not solely under Steve Jobs' tenure, it's important to acknowledge that they occurred during his time as CEO. Foxconn controversy. One of the most infamous examples of Apple's labor practices was the controversy surrounding Foxconn, a major supplier for Apple products. In 2010, a series of worker suicides at Foxconn's factories brought attention to the harsh working conditions and long hours faced by employees. Although Apple conducted investigations and implemented changes, the company still faced criticism for not doing enough to address the issue. Environmental concerns. Apple has also faced scrutiny for its environmental practices. Under Steve Jobs, the company was criticized for not being transparent about its carbon footprint and for using hazardous materials in its products. However, it's worth noting that Apple has made significant strides in recent years to become more environmentally friendly. E-waste and recycling. Another environmental concern during Steve Jobs' tenure was the issue of e-waste and recycling. Apple products, particularly earlier models, were difficult to disassemble and recycle, leading to an increase in electronic waste. Critics argued that Apple's focus on sleek design and frequent product updates contributed to a disposable culture that harmed the environment. In response to these concerns, Apple has since implemented recycling programs and improved the recyclability of its products. Anti-competitive behavior. During Steve Jobs' time as CEO, Apple was accused of engaging in anti-competitive behavior. This includes allegations of price fixing in the e-book market and the infamous no-poaching agreement between Apple and other tech giants, which prevented companies from hiring each other's employees. These practices ultimately led to legal battles and settlements. App Store monopoly. Another example of anti-competitive behavior under Steve Jobs was the control Apple exerted over its App Store. Developers were required to follow strict guidelines and pay a 30% commission on sales, leading to accusations of monopolistic practices. This issue has persisted even after Jobs' passing and remains a point of contention between Apple and app developers. While Steve Jobs was undeniably a brilliant innovator, it's important to remember that there were some darker aspects to his leadership at Apple. By examining these issues, we can gain a more complete understanding of the man behind the iconic brand. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the dark side of Apple under Steve Jobs. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.